Hello everyone, myself Khyati Vyas from JMP English Medium Saraswati Group of Education. Today I am conducting this session for grade 6, subject SS. We are dealing with chapter number 4 in history, the first civilization in India, and this is my session number 1 for this chapter. So kids, now since we learnt in our earlier chapter in history that people started living a settled life, small villages started forming. So this gave rise to civilization. How civilizations? Because since they started farming, growing crops, they needed water for watering their crops. That is why they started living in those places which are near to the water resources, from where they can easily get the water. So near the river, civilization started growing or developing. So in this chapter, we are going to learn regarding the first civilization in India, about our country. Let us begin the chapter. Growth of civilization. How did civilization started growing? Once the early humans started cultivating, they started growing more crops than their requirement. More and more crops were grown, more than their own requirement. So extra crops were grown. This extra produce were known as surplus. So extra produce of their crops was known as the surplus. Surplus means extra. As a result, some people chose to follow profession other than agriculture, such as pottery making, metal craftsmanship and trading. So now slowly and gradually they started shifting towards other profession. Some people started pottery making. So what they did? Yes, they started making pots and other things out of clay. Some people started making things out of metal, so that is metal craftsmanship. Some started trading. Trading means whatever extra they grew, they started to sell that product. But since money was not introduced, so how did they sell their product? See, for example, if I am having extra rice with me, more than what I require, the extra rice I exchange with the other person. See, I want pot. So I'll buy pot from the potter, and in return to the pot, what I will give him? Money was not there. Nowadays what we do? We buy a pot and instead we pay money. But at that time, since money was not there, they started exchanging goods, that is trading. With the emergence of new skills and new professions, some of these villages gradually started developing into towns. So slowly and gradually these villages started developing themselves and they developed into towns. People exchanged their surplus product with other towns and thus emerged the trading system. So now for example, in one town everybody is engaged in growing crops, agriculture. In other town maybe they are all engaged in pottery. So now what they'll do, the people of one town, that is those who are growing crops, they will exchange their crops in return to the pots. So they will give the grains to those who are making pots, and in return these people will give them pot. So trading started. So the development of town culture is generally what is seen as the beginning of civilization. So this way these towns gradually developed into civilization. Indus Valley civilization or the Harappan civilization is the oldest civilization in India. One such civilization developed in the northwestern part of Indian subcontinent about 4,700 years ago, that is around 2700 to 2500 BCE. Around that time, one civilization developed in northwestern part of Indian subcontinent. It was known as Indus Valley civilization, as it developed on the banks of river Indus. Why was it called Indus Valley civilization? because it was developed on the bank of river Indus. Now, the first cities of this civilization, the Indus Valley civilization is also known as the Harappan civilization because it was discovered first in 1921 at Harappa. In 1921, we first discovered the remnants of this civilization, and it was discovered in the place called Harappa. That is why it is also called the Harappan civilization. It is not Hadappa, it is Harappa. A town in the Montgomery district in Pakistan. And where was this Harappa? It was in Pakistan. Next, excavations were carried out at the site during this time. Many excavations means finding out remnants of older times. The people started working on it. That is called excavation. It was done in this site at that time. In 1922, because once you find one clue, then around that place they started finding the other clues also. Right? Yes. So, in 1922, similar excavations began at Mohenjo-daro in Sindh, that is again in Pakistan. These excavations revealed characterized similar to the findings at Harappa. And then in 1922, again excavation in Mohenjo-daro was also done. And the remains that they found from Mohenjo-daro, they were quite similar to the remains that they had found in Harappa. They were characterized, similar characteristics were found. So these two cities of the Indus Valley civilization are 483 kilometers apart. So the distance between Harappa and Mohenjo-daro is 483 kilometers and are linked through the river Indus. But they are linked through river Indus because river Indus is a common river which is flowing through these two cities. Now, extent of civilization. How big was this civilization? From where did it start until where it was extended? Excavations have revealed that Harappan civilization was spread over a very wide area. It was a very wide area, very big, large area. It covered parts of Punjab, Sindh, Baluchistan in modern day Pakistan. Baluchistan is now modern day Pakistan. It is a part of Pakistan. In India, the civilization extended from, so these parts, some part of Punjab is also in Pakistan. So that Punjab, Sindh, Baluchistan, these are all in the Pakistan. And in India, the civilization extends from Jammu and Kashmir in the north and covers the state of Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra in south. So till Maharashtra, the remains of this Indus Valley civilization were found. It extends up to Meerut in Uttar Pradesh in the northeast. And towards northeast till Meerut, it extended Indus Valley civilization. Other important cities of this civilization, which were the other important cities? Although now over nearly 1,100 sites are known. Till now, 1,100 sites are already known. Some of the other important Harappan sites are. Which are the other important? Not all. Only we are talking about important. They are Chanhu-daro, that is along Indus River in Sindh. Then Kalibagan, we have already known about this part. Kalibagan on Ghagra River in Rajasthan. Then Banavali in Hisar district of Haryana and Lothal, a port town in Gujarat. These are all other important cities or towns of Indus Valley civilization. Which are they? Chanhu-daro, Kalibagan, Banavali, Lothal, and then it is, all these are the important cities of Indus Valley civilization. Sotkakho, Surkotada and Balakot or Balakot probably served the ports and participated in the regular maritime trade with the West Asia. So these are all the port cities. Port cities means those cities where, river transportation becomes easy. Since the civilization grew near the rivers, right? These civilization, they grew or they developed near the rivers. So river transportation was easy. Why did they use river transportation? They use river transportation for trading. Right? We discussed that the things made by the one group of people was exchanged by the things made by other group of people. Now slowly and gradually, these people living in Indus Valley civilization, they also started exchanging their goods with the other western countries or West Asia's parts. Now, which are they? So, which were all the port cities? First one, as we discussed, was Lothal. Lothal is a port town in Gujarat. So, that was the most important. But other than Lothal, there are Sotkakho, then Surkotada and Balakot. Sotkakho, Surkotada and Balakot, they served as the ports. These were also the ports. They served as the ports. So from other places, the boats, they came, took a halt, and the traders sold their things in Indus Valley civilization or sold the things to the people living in Indus Valley civilization. And also, people of Indus Valley civilization, they started to move to other places through the water transport from these ports. Okay? So this is how they served. The recently discovered site of the Indus Valley civilization include Dholavira, Rakhigari and Ganveliwala. So these are other important sites which were discovered later on. Which are they? Dholavira, then Rakhigari and Ganveliwala. These are other important sites which were later discovered. Initially, from first, that is in 1921 Harappa, 1922 Mohenjo-daro. After that, slowly and gradually other sites were also discovered. So these three, that is Dholavira, Rakhigari and Ganveliwala, these are the latest one. The site of Harappa was unknowingly damaged around 1850s. So in 1850s, the sites that were found related to the Harappan civilization was damaged unknowingly. They didn't knew that this place had an historic, historic importance. So people did not know that this place is having important, importance, historic importance, and unknowingly they damaged this site. So they damaged around in 1850s. In 1850s, people have already damaged this while constructing a railway line connecting Lahore and Karachi under the British rule. And how this was damaged? Because Britishers were actually constructing a railway line which connected Lahore and Karachi. And while building this railway line, unknowingly they damaged this Harappan site. They did not know that this place is having some historic importance. And to construct railway line, you have to, sometimes demolish many things. They did that, but later they found out that they have actually damaged some historic importance. They actually have damaged it. Now, during the construction, fire-baked bricks were discovered in the ruins of the mounds nearby. Because while building this railway line, they found the baked bricks. They found the baked bricks when they started demolishing or digging the ground. They found baked bricks. Now, baked bricks means some people in the olden days, they also used bricks. They also knew to bake the bricks. They also found out. The Britishers found out, okay, the olden people, earlier people were also knowing this way of building their houses. Maybe to build a house or build some other places, they used bricks and not bricks. Those bricks were baked bricks. So many of those bricks were used to lay the foundation of railway line. And then these bricks which they found, they also used these bricks to build that railway line which they were constructing. Correct? So this was the way how unknowingly they damaged this Harappan site. Now what sets it apart? How this Harappan civilization is different from the other one? How is it a site sets apart from this other things? The Indus Valley civilization was characterized by certain common features which set apart from all the other cultures of that time. So there were some characteristics of this civilization which made it different from the all other people. They had some different impression. Right? When everybody in your class is wearing uniform and one child is wearing color dress, what will happen? That particular child gets characterized. It is quite different. In similarly, Indus Valley civilization, it had some characteristic which made it look different from the rest of the civilization. Now what was that? For example, at almost every site, archaeologists have found a unique red pottery painted with black design known as red and black ware. So in every site of this Indus Valley civilization, these archaeologists, they found the pottery which was, it was red pottery and had black designs in it. So that was a common characteristic. That's why they connected, okay, this site is similar to that site. Mohenjo-daro is similar to Harappa because the pottery that they found in Harappa was similar to pottery which they had found in Mohenjo-daro. It was made of red pottery and black paint on it. So it was similarity. Now, so it was unique because and it was said to be red and black ware. What was it said? It was known as red and black ware. Stone weights, the stone weights were also same. Seals with Indus script and copper tools. There were some seals which had some Indus script and the copper tools were also found in these sites. So these are the characteristics by which we came to know that these towns or these cities are belonging to the same civilization. Let us take a look at some of the features of the Indus Valley civilization. Now what are the features of Indus Valley civilization? In our earlier grade, we have already learned regarding some features. They had very beautiful formation of houses, right? And everything was set. Underground drainage system was also found. So that is what we are discussing again in this chapter. Now firstly, the town planning. The Harappan sites are distinguished by the town planning. The general layout of the site of the city like Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Kalibagan and Rakhigarhi is similar. The layout of the city was similar. Then we are talking about citadel, means meeting hall of the army, where people came to meet each other. They came and discussed their thoughts or problems. So that is called citadel. To the west of each was a citadel. Each city, right? In each city towards the west they had a citadel that is fortified by crenellated walls. It was fortified by walls. Big walls were constructed and it is fortified. The citadel was usually based on the mount or only on the elevated position. They were normally, these citadels were located on the mounts, means the land which is quite higher than the other places in that city, or on the elevated position. Elevated means higher position it was made. It was possibly occupied by the members of the ruling class and it is believed that mostly the ruling class, means those who had power in that city, they were the members of who took part in that citadel. Below the citadel lay the lower town containing brick houses. Below the citadel was lower town, where brick houses you can see, which were inhabited by the common people, and here the common people were living. Now grid system was also there. You already know what is grid. The crisscross arrangement, intercross arrangement of the line is called a grid. Now grid system, here they had a grid system but not for lines. Let's see what they had the grid system in. The remarkable thing about the arrangement of house in the lower town is that they followed a grid system. So here the houses that they constructed in Indus Valley civilization were all in a grid system. Criss-cross line. Very well arranged. Okay. The main streets were quite wide and were laid out in the pattern. So main streets were very wide, big, and they were in a fixed pattern. They were straight and intersected each other. So these main streets, they were straight and intersected, means you know, right? First main street, second main street. So in middle there is an intersection point where these streets meet each other. So they were straight and intersected each other at right angle, means exactly right angle it formed. Thus dividing the city is large rectangular blocks and grids. That is why this city was divided into large rectangular or square grids. This rectangular town planning was a unique feature and was not known in the other civilization. So this was a unique feature of this civilization, which was not found in any other civilization at that time. People used standardized burnt brick for the good quality of building material for house. So they used good quality of burnt brick to make their house. The house of varying sizes, often of 2 or more story, consisted of rooms constructed around a rectangular courtyard. So they had houses also of similar type, either 1 or 2 story houses, and it was a rectangular house with a courtyard, means center opening. In almost all cities, every house had its own courtyard and bathroom. So at that time also, each house had its own courtyard and its own bathroom. So nowadays also in some villages in India, bathrooms are not found. They go in open space, right? Which is not good. But at that time in Indus Valley civilization, each house there had their own bathrooms. In Kalibagan, many houses had their own well. In Kalibagan, though, each house had their own wells as well for water. Then the drainage system. Now since the houses were there, the liquid waste from the house has to be, discharged. So they had a good drainage system. Now what drainage system? The drainage system of the cities of Indus Valley civilization was very impressive. It was very nice. Water flowed from the house to the streets, which had drains. So from the house, this liquid waste, it flowed to the street, right? Which has to be drained. Sometimes these drains were covered with bricks, but these drains, they were covered with bricks. It was not open drainage system, because open drainage system will give bad smell, bad odor. It stings, and it will also give rise to many diseases, because mosquitoes, flies will be, more if the drainage system is open. So these drains were covered with bricks. Then it was covered with bricks and sometimes with stone slab. Sometimes it was covered with bricks or big stones. But the drainage was covered, fully covered, not open drains. The street drains were equipped with manholes, and the street drains, the main street drain, it was having a manhole. Even now we find manholes. Manholes means it is a big hole in which all the water or the liquid waste is being gathered. That is called manhole. while riding your scooter or cycle, you might have seen manholes. Even now they are having this lid on it, right? That you can find even today. So at that time in Indus Valley civilization, they had these manholes. The drainage system indicates that the Harappans paid great attention to the health and cleanliness. And this drainage system is so well organized that we can say that they were very much conscious about their health and also about the cleanliness of their house, themselves and their towns. So let us keep this session till here. I request you all to read the chapter till where I have explained, and later in my next session we will continue the chapter. If you have liked this video, please click on the like icon. See you in the next session. Bye.